Welcome everyone to Doc and Queenie Facebook. Well, it's not Facebook Live, it is Facebook Live, but we've got a guest today, so it's Facebook Live, guest live. Hey
Yeah,
Queenie.
lots of lives going on today. This is fantastic.
Yes, I have a special guest that I'd like to introduce to you and to everybody that's catching us right now or on the replay. This is Lana Walsh from Canada, and I met her through Happy Neighborhood Project, LinkedIn, social media networking. Networking. It's all about networking. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's nice to see you guys.
Yes,
We are
it's nice
so
to
glad
see
to
you.
have you for sure.
So we usually, and I know you probably have seen us on Facebook Lives, but I'm usually the one that starts off, and I'm going to just give you a really hard question, like, tell us about yourself.
That's so hard, it's really difficult to talk about yourself. Don't we all have that trouble?
We haven't had one of those yet, no.
No? Okay. So I'll tell you about me. I am in Canada. I'm in southern Alberta. I'm south of Calgary, where it is hot right now. And I am a sleep and insomnia expert. I suffered from insomnia for over 30 years, if you can imagine, spending 4 or 5 days a week where you didn't sleep fully through the night, be awake 2-3 hours in the middle of the night. And I tried everything to fix it. Let me tell you, I was seeing doctors. I have been to a sleep clinic. I've seen sleep specialists. I also have restless leg syndrome. I've been on Parkinson's medicine. By the way, if you didn't know, restless leg syndrome is controlled by the same part of the brain that controls Parkinson's. It doesn't mean that I'm predisposed to Parkinson's or that it's related to Parkinson's. It's just the same part of the brain. So the treatment is often a Parkinson's drug. So I've been on that. I've been on 3 different types of sleeping pills. None of them worked, but I still took them every day because, well, if you don't, you're definitely not going to sleep. And I tried everything and nothing worked. And then by pure chance, or maybe divine intervention, I found the solution, and now I sleep soundly, consistently. I feel fantastic. And now I'm here to help as many people as I can sleep better, feel better, perform better, all of the things that come with having a good night's sleep.
Isn't it amazing that you can tell by looking at somebody, basically as far as their health and things like that? Did you sleep well? How do you feel? What's going on in your life and your world? And honestly, your face just lights up the room, my friend. And it's a cool thing to see because you can tell just by looking at you and feeling your energy that you feel great.
I absolutely feel great. And it's, when you're in insomnia and it's been going on for so long, you get into this belief of this is life. This is just the way it's going to be, and you're never going to fix it. And so you do all of these things to survive. And then when you're on the other side of it, it's 180-degree turnaround in your life. It's the exact opposite of everything that you feel. And it's so hard to even understand it when you're in the middle of it, because even when you have a good night's sleep, you feel good, but you're still not rested because you're so deprived for so long that even one good night of sleep doesn't even feel as good as I feel now.
Wow, that is something, and I cannot relate. I mean, I can relate when I don't sleep here and there once in a while, and I know during the day, like the next day, you're in a fog, but I can't imagine how it feels to have it go on for so long. And like you're saying, to survive, to be in that survival mode and accepting being in the fog or whatever those details are from the lack of sleep. It's incredible. And of course, it resonates with me because I talk about with people with my naturopathy, sleep is a key component to your health. As you know, I mean, I'm sure you teach that too.
It absolutely is. And, because when you're so tired all the time, some of the things you do to cope are like you drink all that extra coffee, you don't do a lot of physical activity because you just don't have the energy. You're not even doing the social activities because you're too tired. Like I would get up after a bad night of sleep and I'd cancel my plans that day because I just couldn't see myself making myself do it. I couldn't work up enough energy to get active. So it's not just the lack of sleep affecting your health, it's all of the other things that make your life good that you maybe avoid doing because you're just too tired.
Wow. We have a lot of young families in our networks, and it's always amazing to me. I love when new parents say, I can't wait to catch up on my sleep. So I always hate to be the bearer of bad news, that it might be 30 or 40 years, my friend, before you ever even think of those kind of words again. But it's interesting when people realize how important sleep is and how little importance they put on it. It controls everything. It controls everything.
It really does. Yeah.
Yes.
Some of
So-
the, sorry, Doc, go ahead.
Go ahead, Queenie.
What are some of the things that people come to you for? Like, I don't feel well the next day. I can't get to sleep. I have health challenges that keep me from falling asleep. How do they find you and what do they come to you for?
Yeah. Well, many of those things, I've pretty much heard them all. People come, if chronic pain is a reason why people have trouble sleeping. Changing hormones, menopausal women often will have trouble sleeping. Ongoing stress and anxiety is the number one reason people can't sleep. Even good sleepers will have trouble sleeping when they have those challenges. I have people that tell me they can't fall asleep, or they fall asleep easy, but they can't stay asleep, or they are waking up exhausted. There are so many things that people are challenged with that they're coming to me for. And there's even, like, most recently, actually, I've had two conversations with people who are suffering from the opposite of insomnia, hypersomnia, or excessive daytime sleepiness, where they're sleeping 12 or 13 hours and they're still tired and wanting to rest some more. So I've talked to people from a variety of things. I tend to work specifically with people who are on the insomnia side. I can give tips to a lot of different things. Like if you're working shift work, I can give you some tips on how to manage your shift work. But the people that I work with specifically are people with insomnia, which is taking an hour or more to go to sleep or to go back to sleep after waking during the night. Most of my clients have been having those challenges 3, 4, 5 nights a week for decades. Most of my clients are 15, 25, 30 plus year sufferers of insomnia. And those are the people I tend to work with the most that would fall into the insomnia category.
Wow, that's incredible. So what does a typical, like, working with you, what does it look like? Like, just give us a general idea of what that looks like.
Sure. So I work with people 6 to 8 weeks for the most part. And I'm always available long-term if people need some feedback. But really what it is it's about resetting your sleep cycle. The research is showing that insomnia is a learned behavior. So it's something that your subconscious brain starts to learn over time, that the bed isn't for sleeping because you spend so much time in bed awake, thinking, worrying, creating, doing the to-do list, replaying conversations, like all of those mind spinning out of control things that people tell me about. When that's happening at night over and over and over again, your subconscious brain starts to associate the bed with those activities. So in order to overcome the insomnia, you have to reprogram that subconscious process. And we do that with a step-by-step method. And so my process involves like education, sleep education, understanding how sleep works, what's happening at night, how hormones and serotonin and adenosine, which is a sleep neurotransmitter, how that stuff works. And then we put in place specific strategies, schedules, what to do when you can't sleep, what time to go to bed, what time to get up in the morning, how to reduce stress and anxiety. We go through this entire process. At the very end, we do the sleep hygiene. That's the cool dark room, blackout blinds, removing distractions, all of those things that are what most people are trying to use to fix their insomnia. But because those things are really more like the physical realm, what to do with your environment, what to do with your own lifestyle, are not really helping your brain relearn the process. So that's why I do them at the end. That's for when you're trying to get a better quality of sleep, then you want to improve your sleep hygiene. But to fix the insomnia, we need to follow this process first.
You said that you suffered from insomnia yourself. So how long from the time you started your program did it take for you to notice a difference? And then you knew, oh my gosh, this could help other people. How did that scenario play out?
So it started with, I actually learned the tapping process, where you tap on your acupressure points to reduce stress and anxiety. I started using that just about every day for about 3 weeks, and I realized I was sleeping better. So reducing my stress and anxiety was my first step. And that got me to researching sleep and implementing the other strategies that I use. And within a couple of weeks of that, I was sleeping consistently through the night. And I've had the same results with my clients. I've had clients cure their insomnia in 6 weeks. I've had some, it takes about 2 months. Many of my clients are cutting their time awake at night in half in the second or third week of working with me. Like it works fast and it's very effective and it's long-term because you just re-implement the strategies if you ever have troubles down the road. So it's long-term success, doesn't involve buying supplements or any other gadgets or anything else. There's no repeat purchases. It's one time, learn the process, get your sleep on track.
Kind of a one-stop shopping, really. That's awesome. And using your own body, the knowledge about the body of what to do. So what is the best way for people to reach you? Somebody would like to reach out and work with you.
Yeah, well, I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Lana Walsh Coaching, on all of those platforms. And also you can email me or go to my website, which is lanawalshcoaching.ca. And you can reach me on any of.
Awesome.
Sure that everybody is working virtually these days because of the COVID pandemic shut down that whole drill. Did you start your business prior to this? So you've been doing it lots of years, or have you always worked virtually? Or what does that look like?
Yeah, well, I started this because of COVID. I lost my job because of COVID. I'm a fundraiser, 20 years in the nonprofit industry.
Wow.
I lost my job and I was like, okay, what do I do now? And I was watching a summit, an online summit, and that's where I learned the tapping process, became obsessed with it. And that got me into learning about sleep and finding this process. And then I started my business, and I do everything remotely. I've worked with people across Canada and the US. I talk to people overseas as well. So yeah, I can do it from anywhere.
That is awesome.
It is indeed awesome. And I think, Doc, we've talked about this even on the Doc and Queenie Facebook Live, because if not for the pandemic, what? Okay. And we always suggest to our friends, colleagues, and networking partners, finish that sentence. If not for the pandemic, okay. And in your case, Lana, you would not have perhaps begun your business because you wouldn't have been online to figure out the tapping because you were doing your fundraising. So even though it's been horrible and loss of life and sickness in families and things like that, I always like to look for the silver lining, if you will. And if not for the pandemic, what? We wouldn't have birthed Doc and Queenie as far as our community platform to get to meet so many dynamic friends. We're so thrilled you were with us today. I wouldn't have written my third book, PQ, Post-Quarantine with the Networking on Steroids piece. Doc's business, OMG, the fact that she can even sit with us for 20 minutes is like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And to be able to have all the things that we have met people across the pond, as you say, it wouldn't have perhaps happened if it had not been for the pandemic and the fact that we were forced online.
I probably would not have cured my insomnia because I had the time to learn the tapping, which got me started. And then I started the real research, because I had been doing all the Google searching and always getting the same answers and nothing worked. So I wouldn't have cured my insomnia, let alone started a business.
I mean,
Doc, this
that's
is the same with your business, with your naturopathy. My question always is, why do people wait so long? With Doc's naturopathy, as soon as you flip the switch on your brain of how to eat and prepare the food, people can notice a different result. Why did I wait so long? And why did it take me so long to either seek help or to find the right practitioner? Why did that happen? I don't know how to get the word out bigger, other than perhaps platforms just like Doc and Queenie Guest Live to be able to share this. And it's been so impactful for so many people. I just love that you're with us today, Lana.
Well, and everybody can relate, I mean, this is it. And like you said, it is a problem because our cultures are just, they're stressed out. I mean, you don't know any other way to, and in my realm, it's, stress does kill. And when you don't have sleep, your body can't regenerate. We'll just, as we just start right there. But yes, this is a wonderful, I'm glad that I met you and that we could have you on today to share with everybody, and hopefully, if somebody is on the fence, this is your lady that can help you get off the fence.
I just put this together when you said that, Doc. We've got food, water, sleep right here on this call. Is that amazing? And
that's all
I
you
just
need.
put that together when you were saying that, and it was like, wow, now isn't this amazing?
Yeah.
It is.
Food, the foundational piece that is water, the foundational piece that your body has to recover, rest, rejuvenate every single 24-hour period. I would think it's a have to.
And like we're talking about here too, is we have to know our bodies to pay attention in order to get the right food, drink the right water, get enough sleep. Yeah, I totally. So this is fun.
Yeah, it really seriously is.
It is fun. And all three of us are in this stress reduction strategy as well, because when you hit deep sleep, that stimulates the hormones that help reduce your stress, just like eating right and drinking enough water. It all works together.
I
Awesome.
love that so much. This has been a dynamic trio, ladies.
Well, thank you for being with us today, Lana, and thank you everyone for joining us today in Doc and Queenie Guest Live with our wonderful guest. And if you're having sleep problems, go back. This will be back on Facebook, or go to our website, or just reach out. I know she can help you. She knows what she's talking about, that's for sure, because we're also, all three of us got into what we're into because of our situation. So I mean, that's how it happens. So she's great at this. And hopefully everybody will have a great weekend, and join us on Monday at Doc and Queenie Facebook Live at high noon. And we'll catch you later. Have a great Friday, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you
so much. Thank you, Lana. Thank you, Doc.
Thank you, Lana. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.